Peace, family. This is Lions in with another news and commentary. This article is from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Black teen who was handcuffed after false robbery report in Wauwatosa has retained an attorney. A young black man on his way home from church with his white grandmother was handcuffed by Wauwatosa Police because two passerby thought he was robbing her. Now, an attorney representing him says she suspects he was harassed. Attorney Joy Bertrand says she has requested all documents from the Wauwatosa Police Department about the stop and the basis for the stop. The attorney also stated she has sent a document preservation telling police not to destroy anything and to include any notes, text messages, and dispatch reports. After we take a look at whatever basis they have for stopping and harassing this family, we will be able to comment further, Bertrand says. Once we take a look at those documents, we have further comment. The 18-year-old man was detained Sunday, September 2nd, after a couple told Wauwatosa police officer a young black man was robbing two older white women. It turns out he was in a car with his grandmother and her friend. They were on their way home to her house after leaving a church. The incident occurred at about noon September 2nd near Burley Street and Mayfair Road. Wauwatosa Police said an officer was flagged down by an African-American couple who indicated a robbery either was occurring or had just occurred, and the suspect was in the back seat of a blue Lexus. The man pointed out the car to the officer. Wauwatosa Police Captain Brian Zelensky said in a statement. Zelensky said officers drew their handguns and kept them pointed in a safe direction during the stop. Zelensky explained a non-approach traffic stop was made in which one of the responding officers called the man back to the officers instead of the officer approached to the car. Police did not disclose how many officers were pointing their guns or the names of the officers involved. At least one officer can be seen drawing his weapon in a squad car. Video released by Wauwatosa Police Department. In the squad car footage, the young man was told to drop to his knees, and then out of range of the camera, he was placed in handcuffs and in a squad car for questioning. A request has been made to police for additional video which might show when handcuffs were put on the man. Another video camera mounted in the back seat area of the squad car shows the man still in handcuffs after a female officer tells him it appears it was a misunderstanding. During the interview, the man tells the female officer his grandmother was the passenger and her friend was the driver of the car. The young man was held for about 6 minutes before the handcuffs were removed, and he was free to return to his car. He and an older woman were then allowed to leave. A male officer can be heard telling the man, "I'm guessing what this sounds like a really big misunderstanding." The grandmother's voice appeared surprised on the video when talking to an officer. "I'm sure the person who reported, saw two white ladies in the car with a black kid and made some assumptions," the grandmother said. When she told by the male officer that an African-American man reported an incident, the grandmother said that it's even worse. The couple who originally alerted police and who had been told by police to stay at the scene had left when officers returned and had yet to be located to get a formal statement. One officer could be heard on the video apologize for the complaint, not knowing what he was talking about. The officer acted professionally during the entire interaction, Zelensky said. The young man, Akil Carter, declined to comment on this report. So the story is the misunderstanding, right? So I'm going to go ahead and play the two videos that's on this article, and I'm going to finish the rest of my commentary.
Go to the sidewalk, face away. Hands up high in the air. Face away from us. Walk to the sidewalk. Look away from us. Walk backwards towards the sound of my voice. Backwards towards the sound of my voice. Backwards to the sound of my voice. Back to our squad.
And if you want to put them on the sidewalk here, that'll be okay for me.
All right. Stop. Get down on your knees. On your knees. Keep your hands up. Don't move. You understand? You understand not to move? You good, Luke?
132, our caller hung up. They said they were trying to stop him.
Is everything okay?
This is my grandson.
That's your grandson?
Yes. When I went with him first tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
That's good. Here's the thing. Did you see me present in my life? Oh, you saw me parked there? Okay. So some guy comes up to me in his car and says, actually there were two black guys robbing a lady in this blue Lexus. And I said, what? There. He's like, he's robbing him right now. And I'm like, which blue Lexus? The one at the light. So I go up, I said, stay here or follow me, and I'm going to go check it out. So hopefully he's over there 170 blue light still, and I can ask him.
I mean, we just came from his dad's house. We're unaware of him too. He's on his way to work.
Okay. Well, I had to act. Somebody's telling me.
Hey, but I'm telling you this is my grandson.
Yes, and I know.
This is my best friend. We've known him since he was a baby.
All right, and I am certainly glad that that guy was mistaken or wanted to put me in a movie or something that is not actually occurring. So I apologize. Oh, he's going to be living. Absolutely.
That's her. What a silly thing. He's just a
He is just a kid. So I apologize for that guy not knowing what he was talking about. But
I'm sure he got two old white ladies in a car with a black kid and makes an assumption.
Well, he was black as well, so I don't know.
Oh, my God. Well, then it's even worse.
Let me just get your name real quick.
Okay.
Look, he's all good. It's the grandson. I was going to let my grandma over there. Any idea what was going on? I'm parked there. Yeah. So I was parked there, minding my own business. Pulled up next to me, parked. Said,
Okay, guys, that right there was the police dash cam of the incident. So I'm going to go ahead and there's another video on the bottom of it showing the back of the squad car of what a teen was. He was in the squad car of the police officers. So I'm going to go ahead and play that video, and then after that, I'm finished the rest of my commentary.
Absolutely. Officer Gabriel's going to get some information from you, okay? Okay. He says the same thing. All right. You didn't have any ID with you, did you, man? Nothing at all? Okay. Well, I'm guessing what this sounds like is a really big misunderstanding. I'm not exactly quite sure what's going on, but the officers that the reason we stopped you is somebody told them something about what was going on in that car. So I don't know what they saw that they perceived was going on, but obviously that's the reason that we have contact with you right now, okay? So what it seems like is that, like I said, there's some type of misunderstanding. I understand that's, who's the driver?
My grandma's friend.
Grandma's friend, and grandma's in the front seat passenger side? Okay. All right. How old are you, young man?
18.
18. And what is your first name?
Akil.
Spell it for me?
A-K-I-L.
Can you speak up? I can't hear you.
A-K-I-L.
A-K-I-L?
Yeah.
And your middle initial?
K.
And the last?
C.
What is it?
C.
What's your last name?
Carter.
Spell it for me.
C-A-R-T-E-R.
I'm with 148. We got one detained here. Julie,
what is your date of birth, Akil? You gotta speak up with the traffic, with the radio. I honestly, God, can't hear you.
148. We got one detained here. Julie, what is your date of birth? Akil? You gotta speak up with the traffic, with the radio. I honestly, God, can't hear you.
address where you got killed?
I don't know if I'm
You what's that?
I don't know if I'm
You don't know it? Okay. Do you stay with Grandma?
sometimes.
Sometimes? Who do you usually live with? Mom, Dad? Your father? What's his name?
Donald.
What is it?
Donald.
Same last name? No, what's his last name?
Nelson.
What is it?
Nelson.
Nelson?
Yeah. 144 Canary.
And how about a good phone number for you, Kill? All right, man. Okay, sit tight 1 second.
He's good. You got it in your book, right?
Yeah.
We're good.
Come on out, Kill.
So, I don't know if anybody told you at all about what happened. Anybody say anything?
All right.
Kind of told him it was a misunderstanding based on somebody's perceptions of it.
Okay, what you just saw was the 18-year-old black man, 18-year-old black man who was behind the police car, or was in the back of the police car, being questioned after reportedly, and this is not a white couple that doing this. Is a black couple. Let's keep it real. A black couple called the police, assuming that this 18-year-old was robbing two white people, and obviously that this is just as bad, because why would you, without even have any explanation, why would you even thinking that he's going to rob them? And it turns out that the white lady was his grandmother. Obviously, people talking about, well, if it was a misunderstanding, if in back of their mind, oh, he was robbing. Now, let's just say hypothetical, if that were true, right? If that was true, they would have called the police themselves. The white couple would have called the police themselves that they've been robbed, blah, 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 blah. So my thing is that what if, it doesn't really matter that if the young black man was in the back seat of the car. You don't just call the police. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm thank God that nothing happened, because let's just say hypothetical, if they call the police and they kill an innocent black kid for no apparent reason, just all because he was riding with let's say hypothetical, a white couple pick up a black kid and take him home innocently, and so obviously you're gonna call the police because of that, thinking that they were gonna rob him. I'm just don't understand this, and it's just so embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen, that you have situations like this, and now you got black couples, I guess because they felt like they're in danger or anything like that, they robbing them, and obviously, and it's just like the grandmother said, that this is my grandson. Or what if a nice white couple decided to pick up a black kid and take him home? That's normal. And yet you're going to call the police thinking, oh, he's going to rob, thinking there's a robbery in progress. They're going to rob these two old white couple, or the grandmother on the passenger side and her friend on the driver's side. I'm telling you, these 911 calls is crazy. And I guess officers explained, what if you saw a black kid thinking that they were robbing them, but turns out that that's not the case. And even if that were the case, even if they were robbed, they could at least, I guess, it's just the way the world is right now. This is just so confusing. Like, I'm glad it turned out the way it didn't turn out. It could have turned out worse if, let's say they did do that, and the suspect would have killed a black kid for no apparent reason, thinking that he robbed the white couple, and it turned out that he was related to the white lady, which is his grandmother. So this is the point now that this is just a crazy situation, and I'm glad things didn't get worse It was really a complete misunderstanding, and everything was fine again. Leave a comment, tell me what you think about this article, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my reaction channel, and subscribe to my Black Junction channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions signing off. Deuces.